In today's world, hurt and betrayal are common experiences. Whether it's a broken friendship, workplace betrayal, or family conflict, these wounds can leave us feeling lost and confused. We ask ourselves, why is this happening? And more importantly, what does God do to those who hurt us? The Bible offers wisdom that applies to our pain today, helping us understand God's justice, forgiveness, and healing. Betrayal at work. Consider Sarah's story. She worked hard for her company, only to be falsely accused by her boss of mishandling a project. The betrayal crushed her, and she felt helpless. In situations like these, it's easy to wonder if God even notices. But Proverbs 15:3 reassures us, "The eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good." God sees every injustice and every wrong done to us. Romans 12:19 also tells us, "Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath, for it is written, 'It is mine to avenge, I will repay,' says the Lord." Rather than taking matters into our own hands, God calls us to trust Him with justice. This doesn't mean the pain disappears right away, but it means we can release our burden of revenge, knowing God will handle the wrongs done to us in His perfect timing. The pain of rejection. Marcus's experience was equally painful. After a misunderstanding, his best friend cut him off, leaving him heartbroken. It felt like the years they shared no longer mattered, and Marcus struggled with the sting of rejection. Even in moments of abandonment, Psalm 34:18 reminds us, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." God not only sees the wrongs, but also draws near to those who are hurting. Sometimes the people who hurt us never apologize or repair the damage. In these moments, God challenges us in Matthew 5:44, "Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." Forgiveness doesn't excuse their behavior. It frees us from bitterness. By praying for those who hurt us, we release the resentment that can eat away at our hearts. Family conflict. Carla, a mother of two, had been struggling with the heartbreak of a fractured relationship with her daughter. After years of conflict and harsh words, they stopped speaking. Carla was devastated, unsure if their relationship could ever heal. In moments like these, it's easy to lose hope. But Isaiah 30:18 encourages us, "The Lord longs to be gracious to you, therefore He will rise up to show you compassion. For the Lord is a God of justice. Blessed are all who wait for Him." Even when we don't see change immediately, God is at work in unseen ways. Sometimes He softens hearts, mends relationships, or brings healing in ways we didn't expect. Forgiveness and healing. One of the hardest things to do is to forgive those who hurt us. Holding on to anger might seem like a way to protect ourselves. But Ephesians 4:26-27 warns, "In your anger do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold." Holding on to bitterness harms us more than the person who wronged us. Forgiveness is a process, but it frees us from the chains of anger and allows God's peace to enter our hearts. In Galatians 6:7, we are reminded that God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. Those who hurt others will face consequences, whether through natural consequences or through God's justice. Trusting God with justice, Sarah, Marcus, and Carla each faced deep hurts, but they also learned to trust God with the outcomes. Sarah, though still working through her demotion, found peace in knowing that God saw her pain and would bring justice. Marcus, instead of being consumed by anger, chose to forgive his friend, finding freedom in his own heart. And Carla, after many prayers, received a message from her daughter, opening the door to healing. The Bible assures us in Psalm 103 verse 6 that the Lord works righteousness and justice for all the oppressed. God is both merciful and just. While He promises that no wrongdoing goes unnoticed, He also focuses on healing us. He doesn't always act immediately or in the ways we expect, but His justice is sure. Whether through natural consequences, a change of heart, or His divine intervention, God will always bring righteousness. Final reflection. When we face hurt and betrayal, it's tempting to hold on to bitterness or seek revenge. But God asks us to trust Him with justice. He sees every wrong, every tear, and He promises to heal our hearts and act in His timing. God's justice isn't always immediate, but it's always right. Sometimes He allows consequences to unfold, while other times He brings transformation and reconciliation. No matter how long it takes, we can trust that He is at work in our pain. As we walk through life's hurts in today's world, we can rest in the assurance that God sees us, loves us, and will never leave us alone. Let us trust Him to bring justice and peace to every wound we carry.